Whether you've been in the real estate industry for 20 minutes, 20 days, or 20 years, one of the biggest questions that you might be asking yourself is one of the same questions that I had to wrestle with and come up with an answer for. And that is, should I start my own real estate brokerage? And that's what I want to talk to you about all through this video as I dive in to my own personal experiences, tell you the questions I was asking myself, what I was looking for, what I was thinking about, and how I ended up at eXp Realty. Are you ready to dive in with me once again? Let's do this. Hey everybody, it's your host here, Dave Baker, once again on the channel that is all about telling you everything about what it is like to work with eXp Realty. Why I chose it, why I think it might be right for you. These are just some of the things that I'm going to cover. But if you want to know all about this, then what you have to do, of course, is tap that little subscribe button and click that little bell so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video all about eXp Realty. I'm constantly talking to people about eXp. I'm talking about my own experiences, their potential, what's available, what can be done. There's just so much going on. I love it. This is a passion for me. So if you are thinking about joining eXp Realty or just in general have questions and want to brainstorm a little for your own situation, I want you to reach out to me. You can send me an email. Of course, you can send me a text message. You can give me a call on the phone or get on my calendar at the link in the description. Of course, if you're already ready to sign up because you've been watching the videos, you want to get in my network, you want to choose me as your sponsor, no problem. Instructions are also down below in the description. All right, so today's topic is a huge question, right? And that is, should you start your own real estate brokerage? Now, you might be looking at a lot of different things. If you're a seasoned agent, you've been around for a long time, you've been in the business, and you're just trying to finally make the move and get the setup that's right for you, that's one situation. If you're a new agent, you might be thinking you just want to dive in and start your own brokerage. You might also be thinking about working at a local agency, like a franchise agent, and thinking to yourself about what you can do with that opportunity and trying to figure out if that's right for you. So I had to wrestle with all of this stuff, okay? And what I want to do is tell you about how I came to my decision and why I decided to do what I wanted to do. Because the first thing I thought to myself was, Dave, you got to start your own real estate brokerage. You should just start your own brokerage. You'll start your own brokerage, you'll bring in agents, yada, yada, yada. And then I said, hold on. I said to myself, let me reflect for a second on what I've already been through in my life. And is that exactly what I want to do? Or do I have goals I want to achieve and things I want to do, but maybe I don't need the stress, etc., that comes with running your own brokerage? First, let me tell you a little bit about what I've done in the past, because I used my prior experience to make this decision. And for me, it was a big deal because I had a lot of experience already working in another agent-based type of industry with commissions, etc. So with all that behind me, I wanted to pave a smoother path for myself, right? I didn't just want to jump in and have the same headaches. First off, I want to let you know, the reason I made the move into real estate was because after years and years of working in the insurance industry, working on commission, working on tiny commissions, I mean, rather small commissions as compared to real estate, I said to myself, okay, here's the deal. I know what I want to do. I want to find something that has the same infrastructure, right? The same flow, channels of distribution, things like that, as the industry I was in. I wanted to be able to earn larger commissions. I wanted to use my skills and my knowledge of all these different things coming from one industry and move it into real estate. And I wanted to figure out how to do that without having the problems that I have in insurance and the same level of background processes that have to be attended to and all that different stuff. Because look, if you're thinking about starting your own brokerage, if you want to leave where you're at, even if you want to bring a whole team, and by the way, if you do want to bring a whole team over, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want to talk to you about bringing your team over too. But here's the thing, if you want to even move a whole team, or you want to start your own thing and bringing people under you, that is the kind of stuff that I had to wrestle with. But I remembered from insurance, once again, there are additional things that have to be done when you run your own brokerage, right? So here's the thing. A lot of my sales experience and other experience does come from that industry. And that for me was a huge advantage because I'm not fresh in the business of doing business, having a business, working on commission. I've been working on commission like most of my adult life. And the concept of bringing in agents, agent attraction, things like that. Let me just tell you a little bit about insurance and that industry real quick so you understand why I came up with this decision, okay? I have run both an independent insurance agency and an insurance wholesaler. Okay, so what does that mean? At an independent insurance agency, I worked with the retail public, right? I worked with consumers. I worked with people who were buying insurance. It's pretty straightforward, right? We just call that retail insurance or insurance agency. Now, after that, I realized something I really want to do was bring on a lot of agents, but not necessarily have them be my total responsibility. So then I built this insurance wholesaler. Okay, and what that means is that I provide products for other agents to sell. In some cases, I can also give them leads or other things. But I work with agents and not with consumers. That's what the insurance wholesaler was, right? So remember, I've worked with consumers, like people who are purchasing something, like in your case, probably real estate. And then I've worked with agents where I focus on agent attraction, bringing in agents and things like that. I've done both major sides. And here's the thing, I kept saying a few things to myself. This is what I want to dive in right now with you about. Number one, I want to use my skills to earn higher commissions. I think that that's a reasonable statement. I mean, look, you could make a lot of money working in insurance. You can be an agency owner, you can make a ton of money, but the way it's done is not the same as selling homes or property or real estate, right? I mean, think about it. You could be selling a product in insurance that's like $1,000 or $2,000, but then you could sell a house that costs $1 million or commercial property that costs $20 million. So obviously, just the numbers are very different. The next thing I said was number two. I want to use my skill at attracting agents and bringing people onto my team in real estate. Number three, I have been good at generating consumer leads for agents, meaning generating leads that I can give to agents to go out and sell. So in my life, I have generated thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, and over 100,000 leads for that insurance industry, right? And there is a lot of opportunity there. So that is something I want to do. That was the third reason, or the question that I was analyzing when I was deciding if I should start my own real estate brokerage. Number four thing that I really wanted to do is teach agents how to bring in their own business, how to create inbound leads, help them grow, help them with their business, bring them into my network. In this case, it'd be like, having me as your sponsor. And then I did want to earn revenue from that, right? I wanted to earn money. I want to help people. I like that. I was just talking about this with my wife, and she said, you just really like to help people. Yeah, I like business. I want to help people grow their business. I think it's great if I could do that. I mean, some people call it an abundance mindset. There are different concepts where, for me, without even going into any of those deep concepts, I just want to see everyone around me be successful. It makes me happy. I love it. So here was the problem in the insurance industry, was that I could bring a lot of people into my wholesaler, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily like on my team or in my downline all the time. They could just use our services from time to time. And I would spend time, teaching people, helping people, giving some guidance, telling them some of my lead generation ideas and things like that. And then it was all basically just for free. So I don't mind helping people, and I love to help people, but I also, want to make money off it. It makes sense, right? I'm sure that's probably why you're doing sales, right? You are looking to generate revenue for yourself. So we've covered those four things, right? I wanted to use my skills to earn higher commissions on the sales side. I want to use my knowledge to attract agents and bring them into my team. I'm good at generating leads, which I think is really fun. It's kind of like racking up points on a scoreboard. And I also want to teach agents, share my knowledge, help them share more and more and more, and still earn some revenue. So those are the 4 things. So I thought to myself, okay, here's what I could do. I could start my own real estate brokerage, then I can bring in agents under me, but where am I going to be with that? I would be back again to not just focusing on sales, not just focusing on agent attraction, not just helping people. I would be focused on not only those things, the sales and the leads and the agents, but of course, I would be back once again dealing with tons of paperwork, back office processes, licensing, documentation, managing additional things that all just take me away from what I'm passionate about, all the things we just talked about, right? I just could lump all of those things into administrative tasks. And what percentage of your day do you want to spend on administrative tasks? I don't want to spend 90% of my time on administrative tasks. And some people say to me, oh, well, you could just do that after your business day. Yeah, I did that. Okay, I did that. I worked the 12-hour days, the 14-hour days. There was this one time, this was when I was first dating the woman who is now my wife. I left work at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, took her to dinner, and then I said, I've got to do more work. I've got to go back to work. It was a Friday night. We end up going back to the office. It's like 10 o'clock. We didn't leave till 1 in the morning. She fell asleep on the couch. And I thought to myself, what am I doing? I have so many tasks. One of my other friends likes to call this toiling. To toil is not an enjoyable thing. We want to focus on what we want to focus on. And along with that, I want to be able to have a little time for personal development, personal enhancement in business and health-wise and everything else, right? I already knew what I wanted. And that's part of the reason I want to share this stuff with you, because I want you to think about like what it is you want. Me, I wanted to be able to do all of these things, but reduce the administrative side. Okay, so this is when I was talking to my friend, who now is also my sponsor at EXP. Great friend of mine. And he heard me talking, and he always said to me, you bring in so many leads and you bring in all these agents. Why are you focused only on insurance? You be focused on real estate. That was one part of the conversation. But the other part was, after I told him all those things that interested me, he said, let me show you EXP. Let me show you EXP Realty. And I said, well, I got my real estate license at the time, and I said, all these people are calling me and they're all telling me all these different things they offer, profit sharing, this other kind of stuff, this office they have that I can go sit in and use a desk. But none of the things they were telling me were the things that I'm addressing in this video, right? Or the things that I was concerned about for my own future, the business I'm building. Remember that, okay? What we're doing here is we're building businesses. And the people in my circle of success, you'll hear me in my videos talk about that. The people in my circle, the circle of success, they're focused on building a business, right? They're not just selling a house here and there or making a few videos or bringing in a few agents. They're building something awesome. And so he knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to develop multiple revenue streams as well, right? Because I've got the leads and I bring in the agents. What he told me was all about EXP. He's like, here's the thing. You don't need to start your own brokerage, okay? You don't need to rent office space, get a broker's license, bring in all these people, handle all these administrative tasks. At EXP Realty, you can do all these things. You can sell property if you want to. You can help people buy property. You can take on listings, etc. You can bring in agents, as in you can attract agents and you can help them. They'll be in your downline. You'll be their sponsor, just like I'm your sponsor, and you will help them. And you can share the knowledge that we have all the way through the channel, all the way up, from him being my sponsor to the people above him who are in an incredible position, who share a wealth of knowledge, which I just love. Right? He said, you can do that. Okay. So you can transact properties, you can produce, be a producer, you can bring in the agents, and additionally, you can bring on whole teams and help people build teams. And you can even help the agents that you bring in more agents, or you can just help them with sales concepts in general. Or if you want, you could give them leads. And in the end, you'll have multiple revenue streams. But you don't have to deal with all that paperwork and toiling If you've never heard the word toil, look it up. In fact, look at some of the memes with the word toil in it. There's just these pictures of guys or people pushing rocks up mountains. It's insane. Here's the other thing. You'll share all the stuff you want to share. You'll help people, etc. And you can, like I said, bring in all the stuff from your upline. All of us want to help you just like you want to help them. That's why you need to be in my network. So you have to join with me. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I mean, he showed me the stuff. I already knew some of the stuff he was doing. We talked about it 1,000 times. But what's important is he gave me the answer to all those questions because I was going to start my own brokerage. I've done this stuff before. I've started businesses. I've had successful businesses. I am fortunate that I have been able to do that. But I really love real estate, and I really wanted to do it with just a little bit more ease. I'll make it a little easier on myself so I could just be focused. You know, when you're focused, it's amazing what you can get done. Have you heard about all these people who meditate and try all those things? It's something I'm going to look into a little more, but they're doing that in part to clear their heads and to focus, right? So the focus, when you can focus on what you want to do, it's amazing. Think about all the times you had a task to do, but you did a bunch of things before it because you couldn't focus on finishing that one thing. Maybe you have to force yourself to focus on it, or you just can't do it because you're burdened by so many other things you have to manage. Why am I talking about all this? Because the main thing here is that I hope that you see all of this opportunity. I wanted all those opportunities, okay? The things that I was asking myself, those were opportunities, right? I wanted to align those opportunities, get into a system where I could take advantage and benefit and help and take advantage of all those opportunities. And that is what led me to eXp Realty. And that's what I think will lead people to talk to me about this more. So if you want to learn more about what I'm doing, what my whole circle of success is doing, then reach out to me, okay? Seriously, I want to talk to you about it. You can easily send me an email, okay? Don't make me make the little email motion too much. Send me a text message. Give me a call on the phone. Or you can also, better yet, just go down to the calendar below in the link. We'll do a video call together. I'll show you some of the things that the brokerage offers, of course, the things that we're doing in my upline, all this cool stuff. And I think that you're going to love it. I want people to have all these opportunities. I want you to be part of the success circle, right? So I cannot wait to hear from you. And if you're thinking about starting your own brokerage, and you're thinking about different things, or you're thinking about a different path to go on, also send me an email, but drop a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking about. I'd like to talk about it, see if we can come up with a solution. And ultimately, if you find out, oh, well, you know, this isn't exactly what I'm looking for or the right place, that's okay. It's okay. Because the most important thing is that you are successful in your business and that you're able to create a great life for yourself doing what you want. All right, until the next video, I cannot wait to hear from you. I cannot wait to see some of you get on the calendar. And until then, take care, everyone.